Okay, another video on graphing linear equations. So you're asked to graph y is equal to 2x plus 1. We're not given any information about scale or domain or range because this graph will always be in a particular place. So let's have a look at graphing it. But if we read the rest of the question, it also says find the point of intersection and the x and y intercepts. Well, if I find the x and y intercepts, that will give me 2 points in which to draw the line. So they're kind of telling you a different way of graphing this. So for y is equal to 2x plus 1, I have to let x equal 0 and get a value for y, and I have to let y equal 0 and I have to get a value for x. So firstly, if x is equal to 0, if you cover this up in your mind, just read what's left, y equals 1. So that's where the 1 comes from. If y is equal to 0, you imagine this isn't there, so we bring the 2x to the left, or the 1 to the left, to say 2x equals minus 1. You should be able to do this in your head, so x equal to minus 1 over 2. So minus 1 over 2. Now we might do a big scale here because this looks quite small. So that's the first one. So let's look at f of x is equal to minus x plus 6. So when x is 0, what's y equal to? And when y is 0, what's x equal to? Start with x. When x is equal to 0, you can see f of x is just equal to 6. And when y is equal to 0, you can see that f of x is y, that disappears, that's 0. We bring x to the left to make it positive, and we get that x is equal to 6. So if I do my green one first, 0, 6, well, I can't do 12 boxes, so I might go, so I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. So just make it a little bit bigger, so I can go up to 6 and maybe make the scale a bit bigger. So the diagram given to you in the exam, any school exam, state exam, just get graph paper or do another graph yourself. But there'll be graph paper available in most exams. So 0, 6 and 6, 0. 0, 6 and 6, 0. Here and here. You could be asked what the area of this triangle is between the axes. I'm going to stop the line between the axes. So graph it there. So that's 6 6s are 36. So the area of that triangle will be 18. You could be asked area triangle within these questions. And if I graph my blue line, 0, 1, 0 on the x, 1 on the y, and minus a half on the x, 0 on the y. So minus a half, coming back to here, minus 1, minus a half is here, 0 on the y is there. So let's look at sketching my blue line, and I'm going to go up because we're asked for the point of intersection here. So let me just try and get to out there, possibly. So let's have a look. We've got estimation for a point of intersection. You can be asked to estimate the point of intersection from the graph. These are what you call drop downs. So I'm dropping to the y-axis to there, and I'm dropping all the way down here to the x-axis down here. So these are drop downs. So this is my estimation. So let's look at estimating this point of intersection. To me, what do you think? What does this x look like? 1 3/4, 1.75. Now it's a big dot on a small diagram, so there will always be a margin of error here. And it looks like it's at about 4.25. Let's say 4.25. So this is an estimate for your point of intersection. Let's have a look at working out the point of intersection. Let's let the two of them equal each other. 2x plus 1 is equal to minus x plus 6. So 3x equals 5. X equals 5 over 3. And we decimalize it. X is equal to 1.67. And if x is equal to 5 over 3, y is equal to, well, 2 5 over 3 is 10 over 3. Plus 1, which is 3 over 3, so 13 over 3. So just do a bit of rough work off to the side and keep your answer nice and neat. So not 13 over 5, 13 over 3. Don't make silly mistakes by talking during the exam. 13 over 3, so that's 4 1/3, 4.33. So that's the exact answer. Let's see how it matches up to our estimate. 1.67, 4.33. So how much are you out by? We're out by, you can see it was 1.67. We had 1.75. We're out by 0.08. Right, now we have an error. What other question could they ask you in these exams? Well, they could ask you percentage error. So we're out by 0.08. It should have been 1.67. And if I multiply that by 100, I get my percentage error in my x value. So we're out by 4.79%, which is pretty good. What about our y value? This is our x. What about our y value? I've never seen a question where you'd ask to compare them, but let's have a look here. We're also out by 0.08, the difference between 4.25 and 4.33. So the error is going to be different here. So we're out by 0.08 over a total of 433 times 100. That's 1.84757, so 1.85%. I'll round it off to. So you can see here, would you be happy with your estimate? Your estimate will be pretty good here. So another nice little question in relation to graphing linear equations. Why you graph them, you learn what 1, then 2, then points of intersection, all these other things that can be asked. So try and master this question.